Okay, so first of all, I am so sorry for how late this out of theater reaction is for The Long Walk. But what a film. I honestly have to say this was one of the most emotional films I have ever seen. And it's arguably probably like my favorite horror film of the year and definitely one of my favorite dramas of the year. It's actually a tie between The Long Walk and Brave the Dark as my favorite drama films of 2025 that I have seen. I'm I'm always behind on the films, but it's definitely tied between those two for me. And I just really loved the emotional storytelling that The Long Walk has to offer with the characters and with the characters' story. And I love how you see the world through the characters' eyes as they're on this journey. And I loved that about this film. And it was such an emotional experience. And I was crying my ever loving eyes out throughout the film. But I loved it. I've always loved really emotional films ever since I was a little kid. One of my favorite tearjerkers since I was a kid is Bridge to Terabithia and My Girl, and also AI, artificial intelligence. But what I loved about this one is that I loved the friendships in the film, and I really loved how you see what they're experiencing, and you really feel the toll it takes on them. And a part of that is the acting. And I really, really loved the acting in this film, especially Cooper Hoffman and the actor that was in Alien Romulus, David Johnson, I think is his name. He was incredible in this film. I really, really loved their performances. And I also really loved Mark Hamill as the general. And this was such a heartbreaking film, a gut-wrenching film, and extremely good. I cannot express how good this film was, but it was such a great film, and I really, really loved it for how it tells the story and the world and the characters. Eventually I will do an in-depth review, and once I finish writing my little like reviews that I have. So definitely keep an eye out. And there's my out of theater reaction. I also have to say that I do recommend this film, especially if you love emotional films and you really love emotional stories. But also if you're in the mood for a tearjerker, I definitely recommend this. And I also recommend it to people that are fans of Stephen King because this was based on a book by Stephen King, and I haven't actually read the book yet, but I want to. I will eventually. And so yeah, there's my out of theater reaction for The Long Walk. I hope y'all love it and love listening to this, and see y'all later, Gators.